1 out of 5 stars. They allow dogs, but not smoking. America has fallen. I wouldn't say it's fallen, but boy is it free fallen. 1 out of 5 stars, only unpaved roads. Response from the owner: Hi Paula, thanks for visiting Willie's Still and for the 1-star review. We didn't pave the road because the mud helps wash the weak ones away. 4 out of 5 stars. Oh, that's surprising. Let's take a look here. It would be 5 stars, minus the bees and apples are all over the walk paths. People can sprain their ankles stepping on apples. I have seen grown adults throwing apples and being careless to the orchard. I wish I could have gotten some wine crisp apples. They were all gone and there was a sign for it. False advertising. Dude, they were all gone. They're sold out. That's not false advertising. You're just a fucking god. Anyways, sorry. Let me calm down. Let me collect myself. Okay. False advertising. I also wanted some Pink Lady cider that was gone as well. Overall, apples were so good and delicious, I made breakfast with fried apple rings and fried apples. 1 out of 5 stars. Awful bugs. Wear lots of bug spray and bug netting or else you will leave with welts on your legs and arms. Course was not flat, ball rolled all over the place, and I was the player with the best score. Dude, okay, the first half of this review could be for literally anything because it is not about an establishment. You're complaining you got bug bites. Is that the golf course's fault? I'm sorry. I didn't know that golf courses had an army of bugs that they send out to people to fuck their legs up or whatever. You know, it's like, are you crazy? And also, golf courses aren't flat. At least not all of them. I'm not a golf expert, but I've seen a couple courses and they're not flat. In fact, they're famously not flat because it's all about where the ball lands and if it rolls somewhere and you got to do all your math and shit and it's boring and golf sucks. I hate golf. I'm sorry. I don't like golf, but 1 out of 5 stars. Just lost a customer and more. My wife went to buy a $100 gift card this morning at 10:51 a.m., knowing they open at 11:30 a.m. Knocked on the glass door to get the hostess's attention, simply to ask if it was possible to buy a gift card now versus waiting 39 minutes, which is silly because they're not open. You can't buy anything if they're not open. The hostess proceeds to try to talk to my wife through the glass from the hostess stand. My wife can't understand and tries to tell her this. After a brief back and forth with my wife signing to the girl with wallet and cash in hand, the hostess rolls her eyes and dismisses her, then proceeds to look down and not even acknowledge my wife. What the he is this? Ever hear of customer service? Needless to say, my wife went down the way to another restaurant and they graciously accommodated her, and we got the gift card for their restaurant. Pretty sad, especially for the namesake restaurant of the Americana. Okay, so 2 things. 1, I don't know why you're whining about customer service. She wasn't a customer. They weren't open. And 2, I'm pretty damn sure the restaurant that she went to next was open. So of course they accommodated her because it was open. 1 out of 5 stars. Made an appointment last week for this morning. As I woke up, I got an email of my missed appointment. Come to find out they canceled because I didn't pay 24 hours in advance. Also, I called 10 minutes after I got the email and couldn't get me in for another week. Way to treat your potential new customers. Mr. Ware, we are a very busy law firm, and as a result, we aim to work with the best clients. We set a consultation fee to ensure that people are serious about representation, that they value our time and advice, but most importantly, they value the time that is being taken from other potential and current clients. You were told about the consultation fee when you scheduled. You were sent emails and texts reminding you of the fee, which you opened and read, and explaining that if you did not pay the fee within 24 hours of your appointment, it would be canceled. You chose to ignore those and waited until you got the notification that you lost your appointment to take any action. Unfortunately, someone else that was serious about moving forward took your spot, and we offered you the next availability we had when you called. I am sorry you are upset about that. I wish you the best of luck. Yeah, look, if there's one thing that's going to be consistent all throughout human history, a lot of us just don't know how to fucking read. 1 out of 5 stars. I only have a low rating for the atmosphere due to how I perceived the owner. Most of the staff was friendly and welcoming, but the owner sat coldly in the corner doing paperwork, shooting sharp, smug glances at me. I did seem a bit awkward in my demeanor because I was new to the business, but I definitely felt very out of place due to how the owner was acting. No conversation with guests, no casual hellos, just judgmental glares. It was off off-putting. Hopefully I misread her expressions. You know, if there's one thing I'm always looking out for when I go to a new restaurant or establishment, I'm always looking out for the owner to see if they're working. Because if I see the owner and they're working, that's just kind of weird. I don't really vibe with that. You know, I'd rather they just walk around doing nothing and talking to me while I'm. This is stupid. What? You're upset because they were working? They're just doing paperwork. Like, what do you want them to do, dance for you? 3 out of 5 stars. For a store which contains many cute antique sinks and toilets, I was anticipating quite an interesting bathroom, and I was rather underwhelmed due to my high expectations. In short, it's simply okay. A perfectly serviceable bathroom. All you have to do is ask to use it. You are reviewing a store based on their bathroom and how easy it is to use it? Oh no, you have to ask to use the bathroom and it's not very interesting. Okay, but what about the store? 2 out of 5 stars. Thought it was a nice atmosphere at the time after rebranding. Enjoyed karaoke, and then while I was putting my great-grandmother in a taxi, I stupidly left my handbag on the bar and it was robbed. They took my purse, took the money, and dumped it. To be fair, the staff messaged the next day to say they found my purse and photos through CCTV, which I appreciated, but not who stole the 200 pounds. We received this 2-star review from a certain blank who, by all accounts, is a local reviewer. 1, never reported to us. 2, not been asked to review CCTV. 3, never rang the person to say we had found a purse on CCTV on Monday. 4, never even searched for a handbag. 5, never had a visit from police investigating the alleged crime. 6, we also haven't had a pub rebrand. 7, cannot remember when we last had a great-grandmother at our Sunday karaoke. So, lies, 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 and a fake review. Faker than a 10-bob note. That must be some British speak. Amazing that we get this literally days and hours after 3 students decided to rip our Union Jack, bunting down, and being hit by ridiculous comments on our recent post about bunting and the ladies' rugby semifinal, trying to stir up racial hatred. We are not going to waste police time on this at this moment of time, but if the slurs and fake reviews continue, we will. Please stop it. Hey, I mean, I appreciate them standing out against bigotry and hatred. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this person is just, they just have nothing going on in their life. They have to make shit up to entertain themselves and make themselves look all high and mighty, I guess? 1 out of 5 stars. Terrible. These people are so cold and fake. My friend and I had an appointment over the weekend and it was the worst bridal experience ever. The owner stalks around all the brides' appointments and is just very judgmental. So was the lady who helped us, Kelly. They started cutting our appointment time down when they realized we were not going to find the dress today. We had a cocktail before the appointment and are naturally bubbly people. We were there to enjoy the experience and were very excited about getting to try on Berta. They kept making comments about drinking water and asking if the bride was driving or Ubering. When we confirmed she was not driving, they said, "Oh good, take some water." It was completely uncalled for and unnecessary. Do not waste your time or money here. Response from the owner. Hi blank, thank you for your feedback. As a bridal salon, we normally serve a congratulatory glass of champagne to each guest. The 2 of you did bring a bottle with you to your appointment. It is not our policy to allow outside bottles of alcohol inside our salons. We do not have a liquor license to allow multiple glasses of alcohol to be served. Your appointment was for the full duration of your allotted time. Our managers are always on the floor to be of assistance to all of our clients and stylists. Water is always offered to everyone, and if we offended you, definitely not our intention. We are sorry you didn't enjoy your time with us. We wish you the best. 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't accomplish what I needed the car for because of policy. Such an inconvenience. Guest attempted to use vehicle for Uber Eats and DoorDash and was caught doing it? Yeah, you can't do that in a rental car. You're bringing food into it and shit. Like, and Uber? Like, huh? 1 out of 5 stars, terrible and discriminates. If you only speak Spanish, they won't call or obtain an interpreter for you or allow you to have a person or trust translate for you to use them as your lawyer. Sorry we don't have lawyers who speak Spanish. I recommend contacting Romeo Perez or Africa Sanchez. Both are excellent divorce attorneys who speak Spanish. Hey, I mean, that's nice of them. They didn't have to give you suggestions, but they did. 1 out of 5 stars. I will not recommend this this law firm to anyone. You spend all your hard-earned money to still earn jail time. They do not communicate with you unless they need a payment. They show up to your court dates late and do nothing. Then they leave you out to dry. You never speak with the attorney until your day of court. They do not work on your case until paid in full, $5,500 spent, and still having to fight for freedom over a hearsay case. They do not give you the best advice. They just try to complete the case to receive payment. These guys are a joke. Response from the owner. You didn't get jail time on the terroristic threat case we represented you on. We got you a non-conviction probation where your case will be dismissed and got your ankle monitor removed. That sounds pretty nice to me. We didn't even charge you to do the hearing on your ankle monitor issues. We were able to get you this great outcome in a case where you threatened to set someone on fire as well as other threats. It's also not a hearsay case when statements are sent as texts. You could have gone to trial but told both us and the judge you didn't want to. We were able to do this even though you are currently on probation for a felony assault and interfering with an emergency call. We did a lot of work on your case, and of course we expected to be paid. We also communicated with you via phone, emails, and in person. We were called 5 days after we completed your case we were hired on at 1:27 to ask about representing you on your felony cases. You even spoke to us about representing you both on your probation revocations again yesterday at 3:31 p.m. Dude, can you imagine? Like, you don't have to go to jail, and you don't have to have an ankle monitor. That's huge. Like, those seem like things that are very hard to get for a client if you're representing them, you know? Like, I'm dumbfounded that you have the audacity to get out of jail, get out of an ankle monitor, and other good shit, and it's like a 1 star? Are you crazy? 1 out of 5 stars. Heartbreakers. Be cautious. I used to go to the salon and one of the hairstylists had a big crush on me. She was absolutely crazy about me and told everyone at the salon about me. One day I had the courage to go and talk to her and ask her out for a drink like a gentleman. Oh boy. If she liked me, then she should have came up to me first. But anyway, after talking to her, she instantly did not like me for that. This time she told the other stylists bad things about me, making me look stupid and a complete fool for doing so. I just wanted to be friends and a gentleman. If she liked me that much, then she should have appreciated it. I wish some girl I liked came up to me and asked me out. I think she should have given me a chance. I'm actually a pretty nice guy. Yeah, right? And I don't bite, lol. It's like winning $1 million and saying no to the money. I don't think I even want a girlfriend anymore. I think this chick made women look bad. I learned so far in life that most of them are all the same. Anyway, I'm so heartbroken till today. Wait, you were heartbroken until today? So you're not heartbroken anymore? You grew up? You realized that you're not entitled to someone's time and attention just because you have the delusion that they like you or are into you? Also, you just have a fucking enormous ego, my friend. You need to put that down a couple pegs. Having confidence is one thing, but I'm a gentleman and I'm actually a nice guy. Most guys who say they're nice guys usually aren't always nice guys. Never in my life had someone fail my inspection for a minor cosmetic defect, physically put his hands on me to prevent me from getting in my own truck, have his buddy steal my keys, and then call the cops on me. Never had an experience like this at a mechanic. These clowns are like the dumb redneck kids in high school who like to hang out in the Wawa parking lot and talk about whose Dodge Diesel is the best. As unprofessional as it gets. Straight out of the VA State Police Manual. If you have a problem with the laws, take that up with the state of VA. We here at Blank Auto Repair value our relationship with state and local authorities, which is why we complete our inspections by the book, and also why we call local law enforcement when customers are belligerent. Have the day you deserve. 1 out of 5 stars. Horrible experience with them. Didn't take my call. Completely rude via text. Such business owners don't deserve our business. Opted for another instructor instead. Called at 21:50 on Friday the 22nd of December with opening hours openly published in multiple places. It's amazing, right? It's amazing what you can learn if you just look around. If you need to know something, look it up. Learn. Do research so you don't look like a freaking idiot. 1 out of 5 stars. Overpriced. Was charged $24 for 2 double egg sausage sandwiches. Not often I feel like I'm being ripped off, but this place will make you feel that way. The sandwiches are better at Dunkin' Donuts and are quarter of the price. Sorry that you think an egg sandwich on a made-from-scratch bagel for $4.25 is a lot of money. Plus, you added sausage for $1.50 each, plus an extra egg on each sandwich for $1.50 each. Plus, you got a black and white cookie for $3.50, plus 2 Danishes for $3.95 each, for a total of $25. I find that to be very affordable. It was not $12 a sandwich. You got 6 items. Tell the whole story, please, or are you trying to close me down? And there's the receipt, quite literally. I mean, again, what's the point of lying, right? Well, especially to the business. They have the receipts, the literal receipts. They will cook your ass, dude. 1 out of 5 stars, unprofessional. The employee who took my order was soaking wet. The sidewalk and parking lot was completely flooded. I told the employee and she was completely unfazed and making no effort to help me or my children dry off. She didn't offer any apology or compensation for the horrible experience we had parking and entering the store. Lost 3 customers today. Okay, there's some missing context here. I don't know why the employee was soaking wet or why they were all wet. Is this like connected to a water park or something? Did she expect them to dry her and her children off, or him and her? I don't know. I'm just confused. It sounds like you're asking an employee at a restaurant to dry you off? What? 1 out of 5 stars. Wow, and not the good. Oh, sorry. Wow, and not the good kind. We were so looking forward to going to this place after our favorite restaurant was bought out and replaced by, quote, this place. The food rates well and it was beautifully renovated. Too bad that the owner is such a rude, arrogant witch. Yup, won't ever try this place because of this person, quote unquote. Welcome to the neighborhood. It will be short-lived in this neighborhood with such arrogance. And a response from the owner. With all due respect, Mr. Armstrong, this page is reserved for the comments on the customer experiences at Greta Solomon's, which, as you point out, is my business and is the source of my livelihood. I appreciate that you liked our renovation and have noted that the food was well rated. Considering, however, that you were not a customer at my restaurant, I find it puzzling that you allow yourself to rate it, let alone post your personal judgment of me on my business's social media pages. The fact is that you called on a Saturday afternoon to reserve a table for 2 for the same evening, and when told that we were fully booked, proceeded to demand that I find you a table as you were a loyal customer of the previous establishment in our space, the wonderful Glass Wine Bar. While I am delighted to entertain the former Glass customers, who seem to be enjoying themselves at my restaurant daily, I decidedly treat my customers equally. Answering your demands would have required canceling somebody else's reservation, possibly of a loyal customer, possibly of another former Glass patron. You would likely agree that such practice would sink at any venture. In this or any neighborhood. I find your personal account of me as a rude, arrogant witch somewhat entertaining, as it reminds me of the high school days, where such judgments seemed to have some value. But before you resorted to such language, you may have considered what impact your personal opinion of me, true or not, may have on my business. We at Greta's pride ourselves on exceptional service and food, and embrace feedback and criticism in our quest to provide a memorable dining experience. Seeing that you have decided that you will not dine at our place, we will never know what your true opinions of our restaurant are. Instead, we will focus our best efforts on satisfying our actual customers. 1 star. If I could give a half star, I would. That's it. Missing a period. Worst attorneys in DFW. You'd thought they were on the same team with the folks trying to put my loved one away for 15 years. Didn't file any kind of motions or nothing. Probably would have done better with a public defender. Then to top it all off, the attorney that I had been working with the entire time left the firm like 2 was before my court date, and no one told me. But I know one thing: when it was time to make that payment, or I was late with the payment, baby, they were reaching out. Don't get me wrong, I was fretful they let me make payment arrangements because I didn't have all the money up front. But other than that, trash! The receptionist, Sherry, I think that's her name, the nicest person in the office. I'm usually not the one to write bad reviews, but I'm literally in debt thousands for nothing. But it was a learning lesson. If you have a serious case, this is not the firm to go with. I repeat, don't do it. Response from the owner: I am guessing this is for your fiancé blank. I understand your frustration. Unfortunately, he was indicted for shooting someone in the head. He has been to the penitentiary twice and is on parole. Currently, he is looking at 25 years to life in prison, and we were able to get it down to 15. I wish him all the best. I wish it was like 75.